I'm glad everyone could come here to our last meeting. We just have to talk about a few of these things before I get. I'm glad Angel, B-Man, and Michelle could come here today to talk about this. All right, we're going to kind of set up as an agenda. The first thing we need to talk about is what our team did well. I'm going to speak first, and then we're going to go around. I think that our team did a great job of scheduling, coming to appointments, making sacrifices to make these appointments, and then coming together to work on these projects and make it a successful team experience.
I'd have to agree with Jan. Everything went really smooth for the most part. We had a few setbacks, a few time delays, but other than that, I mean, we had a great finished product, and I believe as a whole the outcome was good.
I agree with you guys.
I agree too. I think the weaknesses of some team members were made up by the strengths of others, so turned out well.
All right, were there any problems with your team? If so, what do you think they were? There were a few instances where we had some team members fighting, and there was a bit of confusion about scheduling or the content of what we needed done, and we were all a little disappointed by that B we got on our presentation. But despite these problems, I think there was a little rocky at points, but I think we were able to work together and use each other's strengths and weaknesses to balance that.
Yeah, for the most part. We're talking about weaknesses, right? So I would say maybe a few members could have put maybe more effort forth. I know Michelle, for example, she had a few personal issues, and I talked to her about that, and we tried to work through those. But other than that, I mean, just minor mistakes that could have been avoided, say showing up late or not completing their task. So.
But we all did do a good job with talking to each other about when those kind of things would happen.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, being forthcoming with me missing that one day and not making any repercussions from myself.
Yeah, I had a lot of personal issues going on with this group, but you guys are very understanding of it, so it turned out okay. It turned out good.
All right. Next, how would you evaluate our team in the terms of performance, viability, and individual growth? In performance, even though we got that B, I think our team did a very good job, considering all the problems that a team like us would have to face through with scheduling and deadlines and other commitments. We were able to come together and do the job. And in terms of individual growth, I think that we've seen here, we've all changed a bit. We've all learned about each other, about our own strengths and weaknesses, and how we can use those to help each other and learn from ourselves.
Definitely. I think what's learned here we'll be able to take into the real business world, and whatever obstacles come our way, we'll know we can defeat them. And I think it's only because we each brought some strengths and weaknesses to the table that we could build and improve upon and make known to each other. So I think that's going to help in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, each one of you guys contributed to my success as a team, and also I feel like I brought out maybe a little bit of some kind of success for you.
Yeah, it was a learning experience, but I feel like I walked away with like a good experience. I don't know what else should happen.
Well, just for example, like I saw, Angel had a lot of strengths when it came to organizing and scheduling, but as you saw, he learned about his weaknesses in terms of people skills.
Yeah, I was a little intolerant to ambiguity, so I gotta work on that.
And Michelle, while had a lot on her plate, she learned about her own understanding of that she needs to take things less personally and speak more when she has a problem with things.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Now we have to talk about the last part, which would be how we rate each other in the teams. Some members can have additional points added on if they did very well, and other members can have points docked if we didn't think they did as well. I think, for one, that Angel did a great job and deserves a few extra points.
I agree. I appreciate that, Jan. I would say you, too, deserve a few extra points for the amount of contribution you put forth and were always on time and had deadlines met.
Yeah, definitely as a team as a whole, I think that we can evenly distribute those points, but I agree with the fact that you guys could add on a couple extra points yourselves.
I agree you guys need extra points added on. I would admit that I probably don't deserve any extra points added on. But.
Yeah, and it says here to talk about reducing members. There might have been some points, but this is a growing and learning experience. We don't want to hurt people by having them participate. We want to encourage everyone. So I feel like we shouldn't take away any points this time.
Sounds good.
All right.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's a good.